have my man Rex Chapman on the line. Rex, how are you, my man?
What's up, fellas? What's up, Mike?
Listen, you were there with me, Game 3 in Cleveland. You saw me walk the broom into the arena. You saw me sweep up the Quicken Loans. What is your takeaway from Broomgate?
Well, description for you, Mike. You're a lightning rod, right? You're a lightning rod.
Yeah.
That's who you are.
Yeah.
You took over the suite, and
Yes.
I loved your back and forth with what was going on in the next suite over, who were all Cavs fans.
They were hard-body karate Cavs fans.
Yeah, they were,
all had
but-
on the champagne and yellow or gold. I don't know what. They were so serious about it.
They were serious about it, but you know what's funny is by the end of the game, y'all were friends.
Hey, listen,
I mean, you're playing together, playing around.
Yeah, I'm not there to fight. I'm not one of these lunatics who's looking for a fight. I want my team to win. And
You weren't cursing.
I wasn't cursing at all. The guy next to me went nuts. I said to him, my man, if they win the game, you could take this broom.
Right.
Do what you please with it. I'll sign it for you. Break it, throw it in the garbage, do what you want. And going into the second, the last 2-3 minutes of the game, I thought the Warriors were not going to win the game. But before we get into the Warriors of it all, okay, Rex, you were my camp counselor.
Yeah.
At the 5-star basketball camp. This is after your freshman year at Kentucky. You're a star. You had a mullet. You were fantastic. You were high-flying. You were kind of like a Backstreet Boy before the Backstreet Boys because you could play, you could dunk, you were a unicorn, you were a great white hope, and you actually lived up to the expectations. What is your takeaway? Now, this is no BS. I was just a kid. Rex was Rex. And I made an impact on you that 20-something years later, you put 2 and 2 together that, yes, in fact, the great actor and personality known as Michael Rapaport was the camper at the camp that was harassing you the entire session, correct?
All week. Yes, all week. It wasn't until a little while ago that I went, dude, I know that guy.
Yeah.
And then you and I contacted somehow, probably Twitter.
Yep.
And get back in touch. It's been great. I love it. I've taught a lot of kids how to jump stop. Mike Rapaport could never learn how to jump stop.
I had a jump stop coach. There was jump stop drills, and I should have stopped there, But the fact that I had to practice doing something that came easy to 99.9% of the other campers was a sign. But I had a great time, at the 5-star camp, and I always remember you, and I was always a fan of yours. And you had such a crazy career, and tying it into these finals, my man, you were teammates with one Wardell Curry, better known as Del Curry, and you babysat one Stephon Curry when you were a teammate. Is that a fact?
That's a fact. Stephon was born my rookie year.
That's crazy.
About 2 or 3 months before our season started in 1988, and then I was just 19, 20 years old, living by myself for the first time in Charlotte, North Carolina, first time anywhere. But my apartment was 2 doors down from where Dell's was, just blind luck from Dell and Sonia. And then Muggsy Bogues was just, around the corner. So we all lived in the same apartment complex. Dell and Sonia would bring Stephen over once a week, twice a week, just to go to a movie, try to get out of the house because they got a new baby. And so they'd bring Steph over, and I would just pray that he would stay asleep so he wouldn't wake up, so I wouldn't have to change a diaper or do something. And of course, I had to learn how to do all that stuff. But Stephen was the first little kid. I had been around kids before, first graders, little kids, but all my friends had some friends like that, kids like that. But I hadn't been around babies. And so I was around Stephen his first, 3 or 4 years. That's my first little NBA buddy. I was talking to him the other night. I said, you remember all that? He said, oh, yeah. He said, Strawberry Hill, right? Which is the name of our apartment complex. I said, yep, that's exactly right. So I went out with them last night with the Curry family after the show. They're ready to go, man. They are ready to go. This team, that's what I say about these playoffs. The Celtics are the Cavs. Their defense just really hadn't been there. They were able to walk through a pretty watered down East. But they got to this. You can't try to put your defense together. You can't try to flip that switch playing against a team that won 73 games last year and added Kevin Durant. It's just too much.
So wait a minute. I just want to clarify something. You know what Stephon Curry's doo-doo smells like?
Not currently.
Okay. Now you're in the media now. You're doing broadcasting. You're doing this and that. So when you show up to the NBA playoffs and you have your credentials and everybody's trying to get at Steph Curry, do you ever give him like the look like, yo, don't try to big time me, my man? I cleaned that little doo-doo hole when you weren't an MVP then. Like you had that on him. Like he's not going to treat you like some Joe Schmo local reporter from Bum West, Mississippi, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
I like that.
If he knows if I give him the look, I might just take him out back and spank him.
Yes. All right, now, but before I get, because Rex, in your prime, and we're talking about in the '60s and in the late '50s, that was your prime, because you're older now. You played with Muggsy Bogues, who, in my opinion, is one of the most iconic. We forgot how incredible. Muggsy Bogues is 5'3" and played in the league I think 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why is Muggsy Bogues not doing TED Talks and like doing motivational speaking? Because when you think of outside the line thinkers, think of somebody with a powerful brain. Think of somebody who overcame things.
Mm-hmm.
How special of a player was Muggsy Bogues to be around?
Incredible. I've said it for forever now. It seems like Muggs was a 5'3" Jason Kidd.
Wow.
He really was. He could get anywhere. He's so fast, faster with the ball probably than without it. And he just lived to get shooters open. And he delivered the ball on time. The thing about Muggs, people don't realize, 5'3". The only guy Muggs couldn't guard, two guys at his position, were Gary Payton and Magic Johnson. And so I would slide over and guard those two whenever, which I didn't do much better, but was bigger. But those were the only two because he was so strong. I'm telling you, that dude, he wrestled in high school.
Mm.
And I'll never forget one day after practice, he and J.R. Reed, big baby Huey J.R., who I love. J.R. was always yapping at Muggs about wrestle this, wrestle that. You can't wrestle. We came out of the shower one day. Everybody's getting dressed. Muggs and J.R. stroll out of the shower, and Muggs pops in with a towel and turns around, and it's on. And these two, J.R. and Muggs, are kind of squaring off. And before you even knew what was going on, Muggs was behind J.R., upended him, put him on his head.
That's crazy. Because J.R. was a tough dude.
280 pounds. Oh, the place went crazy.
I'm sure.
You don't mess with Muggs. Muggs could play.
I love that guy. And when I first saw him in real life, I was like, yo, you're like short, my man. Like I was tripping out how short you are. Rex, I got about a minute and a half.
Yep.
Is the sweep going down tonight? You're in Cleveland. Who's going to win Game 4? Is the sweep happening? I have my broom with me. Smithsonian already called. They want the broom. What's going to happen tonight, Game 4? I got about 70 seconds for you.
Yeah. Listen, I would like for Cleveland to get one gentleman's sweep, all that. I don't think Cleveland, deep down in their heart of hearts, wants to go back to the Bay Area. And if they don't, I've seen this movie before. This will be a really good game for about 3.5 quarters. And then the Dubs are going to put their foot on the gas, and run away with it. I believe it.
I can't wait. Now, Rex, you're 49. You're pushing 50. Yep. You used to be a high flyer. Honestly, if there was cash money on the line, could you still dunk right now? Anyway, 1 foot, 2 foot, one hand, two hand. I'll even give you a volleyball for real. At 50, we get you stretched. We stretch you out. Massage therapist. We get you some of that LeBron James juice. Can you still dunk?
Yeah, if I need to, if there's cash on the line, I did it once last year on my 49th birthday. I'm going to do it one more time. And when I say it's a dunk, Mike, it doesn't look much like a dunk. It's a little 1 step, 2 foot, barely slip it over the front of the rim dunk. But I guess technically it is.
Hey, listen, it's more than I ever did. Rex, my man, yo, have a great time at Game 4 tonight. I really appreciate you calling the Rich Eisen show, and I just can't tell you how much I appreciate, reconnecting with you, man. You're a good dude. You got great stories. You're a good guy.
Same, Mike. And by the way, you need to check your Instagram. We got talking last night at dinner.
Yeah.
I think you got some new followers.
Okay.
Last night. Some headliners maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah. All right, bro. I'm happy to reconnect with you too, man. I love you. Anything I can ever do for you.
Pretty well. Give me a couple of can you teach me how to jump? Can I get 6 inches on my jump?
No, we're gonna work on the jump stop again this summer.
All right, Rex. I appreciate it, my man.
All right.
That was Rex Chapman.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you liked some of that, get some more of that on the Rich Eisen Show app. Follow all the information you see right here on the Rich Eisen Show.